Back in the
Come
room.
on. Back in the room.
Back in
Again.
the room. I know. And you know what?
Episode 99.
99.
90 freaking 9.
That's 2 9s. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I am. What am I doing? Oh yes, I am saying.
What are you saying?
I'm doing the intro bit. Intro bit. So here we go. We're going to talk about cookies and cakes, or biscuits and cakes.
Biscuits.
If you're in the UK,
Yeah.
which I thought was a lovely subject of you to suggest.
Thank you. For our Italian, because we've got Italians, quite a few Italians. Some of them are students of mine.
Okay.
Biscuits in Italian is biscotti.
Biscotti. Lovely. All right. Well, let's go to a place where the distractions are landmarks and the detours are the main roads. Welcome to ADHDville.
Yay! Boys are here. Boys to entertain. Boys to entertain. Boys to entertain. Boys to entertain you. ADHD kind of shenanigans. Hello, I'm Paul Thompson. I was diagnosed with the combined ADH and the D crawling towards a couple of years ago.
And I'm Martin Weston. I was combined with the combined poo-poo platter in 2019, was it? I forget. Anyway.
2013, I think.
2013. Yeah, I think yes, that seems more realistic. All right, well, we start off, as always, in the King's Agitated Head pub in ADHDville, where we sit at the back and enjoy a little drink. Except I don't actually have a drink today.
I don't either.
I forgot. I'm not prepared.
Neither am I. But hey, we'll crack on. Anyway.
Let's crack on and let's on. So to talk about cakes and biscuits, cookies. Where shall we go today, Mr. Paul Thompson?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that, Martin. I suggest we go to the coffee shop.
Oh, that makes perfect sense to me.
Good place for cake and biscuits.
Yeah. Well, let's jump in the tractor, which we haven't actually used for the last couple of weeks. I'm hoping that the tractor starts up.
It might need some cranking.
Right. Well, let's give it a go.
Grace.
Get in.
Oh.
Fucking died.
It died?
It died.
Did we run out of money for the petrol?
Hang on, let's try again. Try it again. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're off. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. Going to the coffee shop where it's always pleasant. It's always nice.
That's our budget for sound effects shot for about 2 months.
I know,
that extra bit of tractor noise.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I believe as of the date we are recording, pumpkin spice has just arrived in the coffee shops, regular as clockwork. That heralds the beginning of autumn. What about you?
Really?
Does oh God, yes. In this country, it's all about when the pumpkin spice lattes hit. That's when you know autumn's is here. What about you? Is pumpkin spice lattes big in the Italia?
Weirdly, it's not. No, weirdly, it's not. Coffee is much more limited here. I mean, it's only recently that people have got into, different types of milk, but it's way less complicated. Yeah, it was like, do you want it with milk or not? Some people ask for soya milk.
Oh
That's
wow.
that's it. So you got espresso, cappuccino, cafe ristretto, and that's it.
Oh man,
Which
yeah.
is nice. It's kind of nice and uncomplicated. You don't get people. Well, sometimes you get someone saying, a little bit ristretto, which is madness.
All right.
But
What
yeah,
is the ristretto bit again? What is that?
ristretto is it's like espresso,
All
but
right.
it's like half. Because the theory is, if you go beyond an espresso, is already too much water. If you really want to get the most out of the coffee, you should have it like half an espresso. So it's much denser, and you get a purer kind of coffee taste. Some people, though, they say slightly ristretto, which is like halfway between a ristretto and an espresso, and it's total bullshit. It's nonsense. People like to feel like they're special, And they
I
said, "Oh,
tell you.
not too much foam." They might say, "Okay."
Yeah.
There's another one. There's a cafe macchiato, which is a espresso with a little bit of. It's like a mini cappuccino.
Right. All
Yeah,
right. Well, we here in America, we're definitely all about having it however you goddamn want.
yeah,
And I- and we're all about that. All right. Well, let's crack on and talk about cookies / biscuits and cake. Why
yeah.
have you brought this subject up for us,
Oh, I'm
Mr.
glad you asked.
Thompson?
Well, because I thought apart from it's entertaining, there's like a potential. It's a like there's a lot of potential for like sensory highs and lows within your cake and your biscuit / cookies kind of world, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
for me, I've got a list of like yeses and noses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got
All right.
nose, okay, with an exclamation mark. I've got like these things that are like in terms of like sensory, the feeling, the kind of like
Textures.
textures and flavors that I get. They're definitely no nos, right?
All right. Okay.
So I'm going to start off like the big one for me: glacé cherries. Hate the buggers. They just shouldn't exist.
So,
Devil's
like
work
on a cake, you mean? Like, so they
on a
shouldn't
cake.
exist
Glacé
on a cake.
cherries. And
Okay.
like you get them in England, you'd get them on like on the top of like I don't know. I was going to say a muffin, but not a muffin.
No,
This, uh,
it's usually like the cherry on top, right? So it's like a
yeah,
round cake, and you have like, and then there's a
and it's
swirl of
half a cherry.
cream, and then it sits
Yeah,
sits in this middle. All right, so they're out.
glacé cherries. Whereas fresh cherries are fine. Glacé cherries are just like no,
Yeah,
and they
weird
never taste of
texture.
anything.
No,
They never
they're
taste
odd.
of anything.
All right,
They're really
next.
pointless. They're just for color.
Yeah.
Next, I've got Nutella. Not Nutella. Hate the stuff.
Oh, that's like
It's
so that hazelnut chocolate spread.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
50% sugar. It's just
Yeah.
unbelievable, and it's full of like I don't know all kinds of shit. It's full of palm oil, sort of nasty stuff. Okay, they've got
All
a
right.
controversial one. Anything
Okay.
with milk chocolate, don't want to know about it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
got to
quite.
be dark
I see
chocolate.
that a lot. All right. All right.
Can't
Is there
do
a
dark. Can't do it anymore. Milk
oh
chocolate.
you mean like you're talking about milk chocolate chunks in a cookie?
Yeah, but exactly. Or it could be a biscuit, like if it was like in England, like a penguin biscuit.
All right.
That's basically milk chocolate.
Right.
It's got a milk chocolate
That's
coating.
all right. Cool. I love it
What
personally.
about you? Are you a do you like milk chocolate?
Yes, I like milk chocolate. Not so much of a fan of dark chocolate.
Okay,
And
really?
and I
I'm
will take
surprised.
and I will take that chocolate, like a Milky Bars.
I like white chocolate. Did your I don't know where this comes from, but did your brother work for Cadbury's?
Nope. Oh,
Where have I got that from then? I
God,
remember in my dark and distant past,
something.
you told me a story that your brother used to get
Yes,
chocolate bars like Mars bars and stuff, like as when they've just been made or produced, and that
yes.
he said that they taste completely differently.
He said that they were amazing, and I can't quite remember how. I remember that. I don't know, remember quite how he whether he worked for them for a short while or what. I can't remember. But yes, he's one of these few people that's had a fresh Mars bar, and he rates them
Fresh, but
fresh.
these are things that I find it weird that I would remember that shit. You
I
know,
know, right? Well,
I
that's
mean,
because it's like, who's ever had a fresh Mars bar? It's
yeah.
like no one.
But why do I retain that kind of information? I'm talking about a conversation between me and you that would have happened about 30 years ago,
Yeah,
maybe
I
more.
know. I know, right? Weird how our brains work.
Yeah,
Um,
it's weird. Um,
cookies. I mean, like cookies for me, as far as like choices go. You know what? I'm not a. I don't eat a lot of cookies and biscuits. I mean, I do
no,
sometimes.
I'm not. I mean, if you go down if you find yourself in the aisle in a supermarket full of cake and biscuit,
Mm-hmm.
what are you kind of drawn towards? Are you what's like talking to you and like
Right. So
enticing you?
uh, I I will have to point out that the American supermarket, as big as they can be, their biscuit and their cookie aisle is like gigantic. It
Yeah.
is like it goes on forever, ever, 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 ever.
It is
Um,
in Italy as well. In Italy, massive on biscuits
right. I mean,
and cake.
I will go and find if I had to. See, the thing is, I'm always drawn to the cookies and the biscuits of my childhood, right? Or
Yeah.
so I tend to look for those. Um, but I will say, milk chocolate McVitie's digestives.
Okay.
They're up there. They are highly ranked.
Okay. I
Milk
like
chocolate hobnobs up there.
I'm more for your Scottish angle, like the Tunnocks tea cakes.
Tunnock's tea cakes up there.
Nice.
Shortbread up
Shortbread
there.
up there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was doing a bit of research actually because I hate anything that's like, if it's got sponge, if there's sponge going on, it's got to be fresh. I can't be doing with sponge that's got preservatives in it. It tastes like
Wait,
cardboard.
are we switching to biscuits or cakes?
Oh, but it's biscuits and cakes. I'm
All
lumping
right.
them into one big doughy mess.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. If we're flipping, okay. So obviously the bridge is the Jaffa cake. Is it a
Yes.
cake or is it a biscuit?
Well, do you know the history about that?
I
It's
know a
called a
few
cake
things
for a
about that.
reason.
Yeah, tax purposes.
Tax, yeah. Because they say that biscuit is a luxury, therefore it was taxed. Whereas a
Yeah.
cake, they considered this, the British government, they said it's not a luxury, so they don't tax it. So Jaffa made a biscuit that they called a cake to avoid paying the taxes on it.
Right.
Genius.
And the other weird thing, I think I remember, this is like a half remembered thought, is that they're actually, we eat them upside down. It's supposed to be the chocolate layer as the bottom and the
Okay.
spongy bit on the top, whereas we always eat them the other way around.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some half remembered pseudo fact. If you know in the comments, let us know which way you're supposed to eat a Jaffa cake.
Yeah,
Cake.
'cause the jam is definitely on top, usually, isn't it? And
Yeah.
isn't it? It's usually dark chocolate, isn't it? The Jaffa.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
so thin that
yeah.
it doesn't really affect me as much.
I was never
I just,
big on them personally.
I mean, other ones that kind of come to mind was the that I weirdly like was Garibaldi biscuits. Now
Yes, I was just about to say.
they're like rectangles with raisins in it, little thin
Yeah.
rectangle with what everyone called flies. It was like flies biscuits because
Oh,
because the raisins just look like little flies that have somehow been
okay.
captured in the biscuit.
Well, there's a weird history about the Garibaldi biscuits because they don't actually. Even though Garibaldi he's an Italian, he's basically responsible for creating the new Italian Republic. Okay,
All right.
they don't exist in Italy. They
Ooh,
exist in the UK because he visited. He visited somewhere in the northeast of South Shields, which is near Sunderland, right?
Yorkshire, yeah.
In 1854. Okay,
All right.
and they really liked him, so they dedicated a biscuit to him.
All right.
Okay,
How lovely.
and there's a story goes that they invented this biscuit, but then he put it down on a chair somewhere and forgotten where he put it, and then sat down on it and squashed it. And from that point onwards, the Garibaldi biscuit has remained this kind of like, it's like quite a subtle
All
biscuit.
right. It
Yeah,
is arse flat.
as far as biscuits concerned, they're quite flat, so they're
Good lord.
arse flat. Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, like if you're thinking, yeah. So in the comments, what is your favourite biscuit? Let us know, or cookie. I mean, oh boy. I mean, there's just so many of them. Um, I mean, and then when you get to cakes, so let's switch over to cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my mum did make a really nice Victoria sponge. For all her
Okay.
faults, her her her
Okay.
her her sponges were like top notch. So that's just a simple white sponge with
Yeah.
buttercream and strawberry jam in the middle, and that's kind of like it. It was like very
Yeah.
simple. Um,
Right.
but
And do you
but
remember,
but
like
that was
in that
good.
around that time, if you went to a party, you went to someone's birthday party, you were generally given a piece of cake, birthday cake, to
Mm-hmm.
take home with you.
Birthday
Do
cake.
you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I
It's
think everyone
inside wrapped in a piece of Kleenex, usually.
is. Is that still a thing that happens?
I
Do
don't think so.
do kids get home sent with a slice of chocolate cake?
It was like the done thing, wasn't it? It's like everyone went home with a. It's like, why not eat it there? No, you were sent home with the cake.
Right. And then I certainly see on TikTok these days. It seems to be in the UK that one of the supermarkets, maybe Tesco, does a caterpillar or
Uh
something
huh.
that everyone seems to buy.
Oh,
It's
is it
like
maybe the hungry caterpillar
I don't know.
character from kids' books?
I don't know, but I see it pop up a lot, and it looks good. And I've
Yeah,
never had one.
I think also what popular is the Bob the Builder cakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I think when we were kids, it would be like Dougal from
Mm-hmm.
Magic Roundabout. You used to get Dougal cake,
Oh, wow.
Dougal shaped.
Dougal cake. No, my mum. I didn't get any shop bought cakes because if we had a cake, it would be my mum making it, and
Okay,
everyone's going, "Oh, what a nice mum." She was making it for herself. She was making it for herself.
really?
Yeah, she would eat most of it.
Oh
So it was
man,
like an excuse to make a cake.
wow.
I'd have a slice.
My grandmother used to make two amazing cakes. One was the chocolate eclair.
Oh,
She was really good at making
that's
chocolate eclairs.
tricky. We got choux pastry,
Yeah,
which is not easy, and then cooking that, and then
yeah.
putting in
Yeah.
cream in the middle and chocolate on the top. That's a
Yeah.
tricky
Not
little
easy.
cake.
And my sister got really good, thanks to her. My sister got good at making choux pastry as well. So my sister used to do chocolate eclairs, although I think her specialism was choux buns, which is like a chocolate eclair but round.
Round.
Yeah,
Exactly.
don't know why it's called that. But my grandmother's piece de la resistance
All
was
right.
carrot cake.
Oh, carrot cake, which is also gorgeous.
I
I
think
love
it's
a
my
carrot cake.
favourite cake.
Oh, your favourite cake.
So I did a bit of research on the carrot cake, Martin,
Okay.
because I thought, why carrot cake? You
Why
know,
carrot cake?
why not also have turnip cake?
You probably
You
can.
know,
And
you probably
parsnip
can,
cake.
but and parsnip cake. Well, apparently it's because the first carrot cake was first mentioned, and first time it was mentioned in history was in the 13th century in France. A carrot cake, right?
All right.
And there's a reason why it's a carrot, because sugar at that time was way too expensive. The only thing they had anything close to it that could be sweet in their minds was the carrot. So it was just a cheap way of producing cake without sugar,
All right.
which I
I'm
thought
just
was,
look.
I was like, oh, that makes, all of a
I'm
sudden I
looking
feel
at recipes
blessed with some
for
cake
parsnip
history.
cake.
Yeah. Well, I think a parsnip or a turnip wouldn't be very sweet. Not as
Oh,
sweet as your carrot.
par- parsnips are pretty sweet, but they do have a
Yeah.
bit of an earthier or a nuttier. In fact, I think they'd be
Yeah.
better. They'd be better.
I think you've got to do that experiment, Martin. Let us know.
Well, okay, so I've got parsnips growing in my garden, which I'm starting to pull up, and I'm thinking,
Mm.
what am I going to do with all these parsnips? I'm going
There
to
you
make a
go.
parsnip cake. I'm going to fucking do it for next week's episode,
Right.
everyone. Parsnip cake. All right,
Nice.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to
But
bake
you're not
it.
allowed to add sugar.
That's fine. I don't know. Yeah, I won't because I'm on a diet anyway. So
Okay.
that works out. All right.
All right. Oh, there
Cool.
you go.
All right.
Turnip cake.
There we go. No, parsnip cake.
Oh, parsnip. Sorry. Parsnip.
I am
Very
doing
different.
parsnip. Yeah.
I think the parsnip is like thinner than a turnip, right?
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
Turnips
It's
are round.
more like your carrot in terms of shape.
It is. It's very carroty. Also, as
Okay.
far as cakes go, that I love or I like is any cake. You know, like
Okay.
the,
Fantastic. Great news.
there is.
Let's start on to the next episode on that after that blockbuster. Any cake.
You know what?
Any cake.
As I get older, I'm liking cake more,
Mm,
but its effects on me are worse. Like I used
right.
to have a metabolism that could just burn through cakes and
Oh,
cookies
yeah.
and biscuits, and it wouldn't show. Like I could, but
I found
yeah,
from the last 10 years, my metabolism has just gone to pieces. It's just gone. It's just like walked out.
given up.
There is no metabolism. I just like everything goes on my stomach.
Right.
Um,
Shall we shift on? I mean, I've got some stuff on ADHD and biscuits and cake.
okay.
So
Well, just
covering
before we
off
move
that.
on to that, just like
Yep.
just want to. There's a thing like there was certain cakes that used to be really big in the 70s, and then they disappeared. They were like really everyone used to eat them. Black Forest Gâteau. At least
that was
in my world in England,
that was big in
everyone
the
used to have Black
80s.
Forest Gâteau, and then it disappeared.
Yeah, I still see it pop up. I see little, you get sort of mini cakes that are like tiny, like almost
Yeah.
cupcake size. I see
Oh,
those.
there you go.
A lot.
Cupcakes, big in the 80s.
Cupcakes were big. Yeah, 90s, 80s, 90s. Yes. I used to get some
Big,
from
yeah.
my mum would get some from Waitrose that was like
Okay.
they were fucking the bomb diddly bomb.
I always used to think people like gâteau because it's like a French way of saying cake. So it made you
Gâteau.
sound posh. You
Gâteau.
could sound posh. Say, "Oh, would you like a piece of gâteau?"
Gâteau. Oh, gâteau. I
It's a bit
would.
different to say, "Do you want some cake?
Do you want a slice of cake, mate?
Do you want some cake?"
No. No. Have you got any gâteau? Oh, yeah. I've got some gâteau.
Gâteau. Oh, what didn't you say?
Yeah, what do you say?
Loads of
My
gâteau.
my my mum used to make this weird thing. She back in the talking about going back in the days, it was this cake, and what it was she would take like Maryland cookies, like they were basically small chocolate chip cookies, and she'd soak them in rum and
Right.
or whiskey, so they kind of like became alcoholic, and then
Mm-hmm.
she'd almost like put some cream in between them, and then
Uh-huh.
made this long log, and then covered that with cream, and that was her
Nice.
thing back in the
Yeah.
back in the late 70s,
The last
and
cake
it
that
was
I
horrible
made. Okay. The last
because I
cake that
had
I
rum. I
made, I
was a
think
kid.
it's
I was
about.
like,
I made this cake. I think it was about a year ago. The last time I made a cake, and they're really easy to make. It was a cheesecake, a
oh,
rhubarb cheesecake.
rhubarb cheesecake. Come
Yeah,
on!
it was the bomb. It was amazing. It was so
Holy
good.
shit!
Yeah,
Uh,
it's so easy to make.
I have made a New York style cheesecake, which was very good. My God, it could. You know what? My mum used to love cheesecake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she came over to visit me in the States one time, and I bought a cheesecake from this Italian
Mm-hmm.
bakery, and she loved it, right? So when I
Mm-hmm.
went to visit her for the next couple of years, what I would
Yeah.
do is I would buy a cheesecake from this particular Italian bakery
Uh-huh.
in Brooklyn. I would put it in the deep freezer,
Yeah.
right, for at least
Mhm.
24 hours,
Yeah.
and then when I went to fly over, I would put that deep frozen thing in my luggage,
Right. Which
and I
is
would
illegal,
fly over.
right?
What?
It's
Yeah,
illegal. Right.
yeah. Don't 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 tell the cops.
It's like you had a
Um,
stash.
right. And then when I arrived at the
Cheesecake stash.
other end, I would pick up my luggage after the
Mhm.
7-hour flight or whatever it was. And I would take it to my mum's, and it would still be intact. It would still
Right.
be perfect. And I did
Wow.
that for years.
What a good son you are.
I know.
Were.
She loved that cheesecake.
Nice.
I know.
Wow.
But
Okay.
she's
All
dead
right.
now, so
My mum always used to make cheesecake, but it was always the same cheesecake. It was always black cherry cheesecake.
all right.
Always. Never, never anything else. Never experimented. It's always cherry, which is fine because I like black cherry,
All
not
right.
glacé, obviously.
All
So
right.
okay.
Well, when it comes to like ADHD, and we kind of started off on this because part of it is like, there's a lot of reasons, like obviously, there is a big dopamine hit to be had from having a cookie, right, or a
Yes.
slice of cake. That kind
Well,
of
I mean,
goes
if nothing else, because
without
of the
saying.
sugar, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to have, looking back now, I definitely had a sugar addiction when I was a kid.
Mm.
Definitely.
Yeah. So did you're right, because me as well, and I got this from my mum. So I'm talking about my mum a lot in this episode because it's
Wow.
about because there's actually there's something about cookies and cakes that, as we've been kind of hinting at, there's a lot of nostalgia in it.
Yes.
Like you'll have like it tastes like your childhood, right? If you have like
Yeah.
a like certain cakes and biscuits and whatnot. And my mum, obviously, I was a child in my childhood. I think that goes without saying. And my
But you said it
mum,
anyway.
yeah, and my mum was really good at cakes and desserts, right? So
Mhm.
if you ever came round our house, if we had
Yeah.
like family round, right? There'd be some. If we had a dinner party, right? So you go,
Mhm.
you'd all sit around. My mum would cook like one main meal, right? And that was
Mhm.
just for her. That was just the appetizer that everyone expected. You had to get out of the way
Right.
because
Yeah.
when you came to the dessert course, it was a course, right? It was
Yeah.
like 4 or 5, 6 course
Right.
dessert menu
Okay. Yeah. It
when you
wasn't just
arrived.
like a side note. It was like, yeah,
That was the
it
main
was
event.
the main course. Okay.
Yeah, you just had the chicken and pasta thing just
Yeah.
because convention. My mum would have happily have just ignored that part and just gone straight to a dessert course.
Yeah.
Like,
Did that involve
like
pies as well? Because we're not talking about pies because we won't, because you can't mix pies and cakes. That's sinful. You can't do it. It'll have to be another episode.
right. But
My
yes,
grandmother
no,
was into pies.
yeah, it would be at least at least 3 or 4 course dessert menu. So
Really?
you couldn't
Wow.
just have,
Okay.
yeah. So you'd have to work your way
Okay.
through each one.
Okay. Well,
Sugar.
there was in one of Stephen Fry's autobiographies. I say one of them because I think he's written 3, and he talks about his sugar addiction, and he said it was a substitute for love. So it was like he was
All right.
filling a void. He filled his void with sugar, whereas some people might fill it with, I don't know, alcohol, drugs, whatever. He in his youth, he filled the void with sugar. But I think in the end, in the 60s and 70s, sugar was like, it was just a god. You walk into the sweet shop on the way to school, and you like, you get like sugar. It was everywhere, more than
Yeah.
now, more
Yeah.
than there is now, surely.
Yeah. So, our ADHD brains often chase novelty and quick feedback. Small little tasks like eating cookies definitely scratches that itch. Also, we talk about the texture of cookies and cake and how good
Mm.
that can be. Like there's that kind of soft, chewy
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
stuff, and then the kind of crunchy part,
Hmm.
if you get
Especially if they're
on
homemade
some.
and they're still a little bit warm.
Ooh.
It's like sensory overload, isn't it? That's, well, not overload. That's like heaven.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's all I had on the ADHD part of
Okay.
cookies.
Where are you on
To
nuts?
what in cookies and yeah, great
I
texture
think
thing. You see,
nut. I think the nut generally is my go-to for any cake or biscuit.
all right, but not hazelnut chocolate
Not
spread.
no, hazelnuts are right, but not in the spread form, not in
All right,
Nutella.
not
But
in the Nutella.
I'd rather have I'd rather go for the walnut or the
Oh,
roasted almond,
the roasted almond, very nice.
like a Bakewell tart.
You know what?
Is
I
a
just
tart a cake?
You know what? There's a tart. Yes, yes. So Bakewell tarts are like little mini pies, right? They're just like pastry
Yeah,
based with like a jam
I think
filling and
tart
then
is
icing.
French for cake, isn't it?
I don't know.
Tart,
But my
tart.
aunt, this is a Martin family episode. My aunt, um, who's gone now, but she worked for Mr. Kipling,
No,
who makes exceedingly good cakes, right? So that's a
he did.
UK
Well, he still does.
company.
Yeah.
that 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 made pre-packaged cakes that you could eat, that you could buy in the
Right.
supermarket. And she used to work for them, and I think she worked in the office rather than in the factory floor bit, because the only thing that she ever said about that entire thing, because she didn't really talk much, was that she said she when I visited, she was talking about the McVitie's jammy. I think they're like they're classic little jam tarts. The
Okay,
ones with the
Jammy
pastry.
Dodgers.
Well, no, that's the biscuit, but it was like a sort of a biscuit base with like a strawberry
Oh, okay,
raspberry
yeah. Tartlets.
jam in it.
Okay. All right.
And that they had a distinctive little sort of dimpled texture on the jam, right? Which
Oh, wow.
you
Oh,
probably
yes.
never thought about, but now you think about it, it's like, yes, it has a sort of a slightly dimpled texture.
I know what you're
And
talking about. Yeah. I know what
she
you're
told
saying.
me that
Yeah.
she opened up a letter of complaint because someone had written in and said that ants had been walking all over her
No.
McVitie's
Oh, my
tarts,
God.
and it was just the baking process. But that's it. That's the only thing that I
Jesus.
actually remember from.
So you remember weird things too. There's a weird psychology about the reason why there's a Mr. Kipling and not a Mrs. Kipling. It's
Oh,
because that when it's probably different now, but people in those days when that brand was created, people associated good food, quality food, more with men than they did women. So that's why it's a Mr. Kipling and not a Mrs. Kipling.
oh that's
Bizarrely, I think it's changed now,
well. I think
like
it
a
was
lot.
because I can remember sitting when I was like 11, and I was sitting in a home economics class, which is like
Hmm.
cooking and stuff. And I can remember the teacher saying, "Now then, who cooks better, men or women?" And like everyone was
Hmm.
going, "Women cook better," because I think they just think of their
Hmm.
mums, right? That was like
Yeah.
most people's experiences. And she was like, "No, men cook better because of chefs." And then she started going on about famous chefs, right? That was
Right. Was
so.
your teacher Fanny Craddock by any chance?
No, but she did teach us how to make baked apple. I remember that
Okay.
being and cookies as well. So we made cookies in
Yeah, I
in
did as
her
well.
class.
We made cookies. We made pizza. I made a mincemeat pie, and I burnt the pot so much that I had to hide the. I hid the pot because I burnt a hole in it.
Oh,
Yeah, I hid it
put a
in
hole
the
in it.
back of the cupboard.
Oh man, I mean, it takes a lot to burn a hole.
Yeah.
Put it
Oh,
that
yeah.
way.
It must have been a really poor quality pot.
You know
A
what?
saucepan. I'm talking not a pot, a saucepan.
I think that is your ADHD. What happened was, I suspect, is that you put it on the gas and then you got distracted and you went and did
I
something else.
was.
You played with your
I
Lego.
probably. I think I probably went off and played football.
Yeah.
You know, went out
And
a
then you came
break.
back and went, oh
Played some football, came
shit.
back. I'd left the mince on the in the saucepan.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Home is
Oh,
completely ruined.
oh magical. Magical.
So where are you? Talking of like ADHD, where are you on how you actually eat things like cake?
Oh,
Do you use a
yes.
fork to eat a cake? Do you get
Oh,
messy?
you know what? It does make me think of like certain biscuits and certain cakes or whatever. You eat them in a very specific way, right? So I'm thinking,
Hmm.
um, I know that some people they'll eat, like Oreos. We
Hmm.
have like a biscuit, two biscuit layers, and the kind of like a creamy bit in the middle, and they'll eat it in a certain way. You'll either just eat it through, or you'll twist off the two halves, and then eat the
Okay,
bit
yeah,
in the
yeah.
middle, and then so like
I
there's
used
certain
to,
rules
I
you
used to do
have.
that with bourbon biscuits,
Oh yeah,
bourbon biscuits.
which is the same.
The same thing.
It's like a rectangular Oreo,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
I think with cake though, yeah. I mean, if you're in polite company, it's like then the little forks come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like
I
prodding
like the
around with
fork, but it has to
with
be
a
a
fork.
dessert fork. Can't be like a
Yeah.
normal fork.
Oh no, yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
like a dessert fork
I
personally.
do. I like a dessert for desserts for
But
sure.
if in Italy, if you use a dessert fork, people look at you a bit weird.
What do you eat forks? What do you eat cake with in Italy?
Fingers, they're generally
Okay.
much more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's not true actually. In a restaurant, you would with a fork. At home,
All
they
right.
wouldn't. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
No, I think
But it also depends. In the south, they use a lot more. They eat a lot more with their fingers. Like they look at me like I was weird.
you must be from the north.
It is so no. Look at
The
this English
weirdos.
guy. This is look at me like I was a freak.
You know what? It is a bit like that. Like when you eat pizza, because
Uh huh.
um, in the UK, if you go to somewhere like Pizza Express, which is like a
Mm-hmm.
upscaley pizza place, that you're expected to eat with a knife and fork,
Yeah.
which is
In
super
Italy, they
weird.
don't. Yeah.
Super weird.
Funny enough, I was at a pizza restaurant last night. I was noting you see people Italians they lean into the pizza literally.
All
They
right,
they bend at the waist and they're like almost face into the pizza when they're eating it.
excellent.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. I mean, yeah, I live in New York, so we have a lot of New York style pizza, which is like more like a classic, like a classic Italian pizza. It's like thin crust,
Hmm.
and we fold it. We we
Yes.
we we get it by the crusty bit, and we fold it.
That's how Italians do it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's how
yeah.
you eat
And it's
pizza
how
with your
I do
hands.
it. Actually, just saying.
Yeah,
That's how I eat the pizza. Yeah,
I know. And
as I
then I'll
did
go
last
back.
night. A lovely pizza
Oh,
last night. Thin
lovely
crust. Oh,
thin
it's so
crust.
good.
All right.
Anyway,
Well,
that's for another episode.
let's crack on.
Crack
I
on.
think what we should do is, if you're ready, we should rate cookies and cookies and cake.
Yes.
All right.
Let's rate it.
Is it a dopamine hit or is it a burnout thing? Is it a dopamine hit or is it a burnout thing?
Hang on, wait a minute.
Scores.
I'm still basking in the banjo. Give me a second.
so
Okay, all right, I'm done. Okay, love the
so
banjo.
so a dopamine hit 0 to 10. What's your scores for,
Dopamine
for cookies
hit.
and cakes?
Well, when I was a kid, it would be like up towards a 9.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna. There's an age difference. So I've got much less of a sweet tooth now than I used to
Yeah.
have.
All right.
Much less. To me, it's probably a 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
What about you?
I'm gonna meet you exactly there. I'm gonna meet you exactly
Okay,
there for all the same
that's nice.
reasons.
That's cozy.
Yeah, cozy. And is there a
Is
burnout
there burnout
component to this?
elements?
So I'm just thinking, can you get too much of a sugar high off of it? Can you you know, is there a downside? Is
I
there a
don't.
bad side?
I don't think there is a burnout. No, there's no burnout. It's a 0 burnout.
All right. I'm I'm
0.
I'm I'm just gonna kind of go 1 just because the sugar running around my system isn't doesn't make
Right.
me feel
Yeah,
great,
that's
to
true.
be honest. All right, well that's it. All right, let's crack on and zip over, get back in the tractor, and we're going to go to Alexandra's haunted inn. I think we walked actually because
I think we walked, sauntered. I sauntered.
Right. Well, I was in the tractor trying to get it to start, and then it didn't, and then we were here anyway. All right. So she's left a note, a few actually, because we haven't heard from Alexandra for a couple of episodes because we've done guest episodes. So she said about episode 97, that was with Tina, your ADHD best buddy. She says, how lovely. Every time Tina is there is so fun and inspirational. Which she was. So if you haven't checked out Tina's 2 episodes,
great episodes, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm sure it will turn into we'll have a third, I'm sure, at some point.
Right.
Great. Lovely turn.
And then she says on episode 98, which was with Katie from ADHDville Life.
Lovely lady. Fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about showers.
We did. And we also talked about olives. And I mentioned Italian olives versus Greek olives.
Yes.
And she obviously said, Greek olives are the winner. I'm sorry. Great episode.
Of course she would. She'd say that. She's Greek.
Yes. Exactly. I would expect no less than to support your own country, to represent your own olives. All right. Well, we also have in the post office, we have Hemi Brat, who wrote in on our YouTube page, whose name is Carol. We were talking about showers last week.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote a great comment, and one of it was I when we talk about like what we do in the water, she says that I turn the water to cold super slowly to cool my core temperature down before getting out, as I am heat intolerant.
Yeah.
Because I go, obviously, as I said, I go hot. I just crank it up until I basically just empty the hot water out of the system.
Yeah. But the men generally don't get hot flushes like the ladies do.
Right. Yeah. She has she has her other health issues as well. I think my wife actually might turn hers down a bit as well. Anyway, that was episode 99.
99, yeah. 99.
Which means next week, if my math
yes
is right.
I think I know where you're going with this, Martin. I think I know where you're going with this.
You know what?
Is it possible?
What?
Right, I can help you. I think I'll get you back on track. Next week, Martin, it's the 100th episode.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. OMG! Exclamation mark.
What can you? I mean,
that's staggering.
That's big. That's big. Big Paul.
Staggering. So I think we're gonna do like a chest bumping kind of thing next week. We're gonna reminisce. We're gonna talk about the highs and the lows and the in betweenies, and the stuff that surprised us and maybe stuff that's not surprised us. But yeah,
it's gonna be entirely a completely indulgent episode on the journey of the podcast over 100 episodes. Just to kind of like
what it means to be ADHD and do 100 freaking episodes of a podcast. No small task.
And we'll talk about some of the highlights along the way, as Paul said. And if you've got also, we will mention if there's any comments about the 100th episode, get in the comments and we will read out as all of them or as many of them as we have time
Yes,
for.
we can.
But yeah, jot down your congratulations or your thumbs up or your happy 100th or your
send us
thought
cake.
something. So
Send us
that's
cake.
I'm really looking forward to that. So that'll be next week.
Lovely.
Anything else? Do you want to?
I think that's it, Martin.
Want to hit
I think that's it.
All right. Cool beans. All right. Well, that just leaves
99.
it for me to say ADHDville is delivered fresh every Tuesday to all purveyors of fine podcasts. Please subscribe to the pod and rate us most marvellous. And feel free to correspond at will in the comments. But wait, there's more if you want to see our beautiful, beautiful faces. And you can hop on over to the YouTubes and the TikToks. And you can also pick up a quill and email us at adhdville@gmail.com. But in the meantime, be fucking kind to yourself.
And I beseech you, fellow ADHDers, fare thee well with gladness of heart.
Ah, that's very nice.
There, says
Very
the mayor.
nice.
That's that.
Love.